It's now 9:06 and we're headed into the kitchen. One of my favorite things to eat is cornbread dressing, and I'm in luck today, Joe.
Oh.
You are, because that's the recipe Lucy is working on today. And Lucy just arrived on her horse at Fox 10. As you saw the horses outside the studio at the last minute. Lucy, good to see you.
And I managed to stay dry.
Yes, you did. Impressive. That's because you ride so fast.
That's right. Yes, we're making cornbread dressing today. Last week we did collard greens. We're just, in the mood for Thanksgiving. It's kind of one of those holidays, really more so than Christmas, I feel like, that everything kind of stays the same on the table. Everybody just really wants those things that they maybe just get every year, once a year. But some families might like to switch it up. So I thought that I would just share a couple recipes in case anybody wanted to try something new.
I'd like to start something where we have, like, say you have 10 things, 9 are the same, but you have one, like, distinctive new thing every year.
You can do it. It's at your house this year. So.
Yeah. It's my world.
It's your world. You're already doing that, though, because you're making the no-bake pumpkin cheesecake, or pumpkin whatever we made.
Lucy's cheesecake recipe, or pumpkin cheesecake.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, it's online. Great recipe. We're going to try to make it for Thanksgiving this year. It is part of the plan.
That's it.
One of our 2 desserts. The other is Katie's Oreo cheesecake thing. So they're like both the same style.
That's good.
But they're both delicious.
Non-traditional.
All right, so what do you got going on in there?
Okay, so for our dressing, I'm just starting with a 1 pound of, I'm just using breakfast sausage. You could use Italian sausage, whatever you like. I'm just breaking it up with our spatula. Into that, I'm going to add a small onion and a green bell pepper and 2 ribs of celery that I just chopped up. So we'll just let that cook with the sausage. It's going to take 15 or so minutes just to get all the sausage cooked and the vegetables nice and soft. And so the bread that we're using, I'm just using a cornbread that I bought from the store. And it just happens to be jalapeno, which you can use jalapeno. It really doesn't have that much spice, but it's just the one I got. And so, or you could use plain. You could, of course, make your own. You could use cornbread muffins if you saw those in the store, but whatever you want to use. And I am just going to cube it up. I got the oven on at 350, and we're just going to toast it up. So it doesn't have to be perfect because it's really going to
all get mixed in together. Have you heard about my story with Chelsea and jalapenos?
What?
Well, she always acts like she loves jalapenos, and she'll get the jalapeno chips, and she'll literally eat 3 of them and be like,
this is
you want the rest of this?
No.
Every time.
It's the natural flavor jalapeno chips I don't like. I like the artificial flavor jalapeno
She likes
chips.
the artificial. Okay, this is... she keeps us on our toes, Joe.
She does. All right, so you're doing that.
Yes, I'm doing that. I'm just going to spread this out. So this is just going to take about 15 minutes. I'm going to pop that in the oven. It's just going to get a nice little toast on it, develop some of that flavor, and then we'll keep moving.
We need to say this every segment today. Today is the big day, with the Thanksgiving ad drop?
Yes, the Thanksgiving ad came out today, so it's going to run all the way through Thanksgiving. So we talked a little bit last week about going ahead and getting your meal plan, going ahead and getting to the store, getting everything that you need. Everybody has all their turkeys out. We have hams. We have everything out there. So go ahead and check that ad today. And but if you are not an early shopper, don't worry. It's going to run, like I said, all the way through Thanksgiving next week. So awesome deals. The guys and gals, all of our buyers at Greer's do a great job every day, but especially during the holidays, getting us the best values for our customers. So check that out.
All right, great stuff. Check out the ad, check out this recipe, check out her other recipes this month, all Thanksgiving themed for your big holiday meal, all on the Studio 10 tab.
Well, speaking of the holidays, Lucy has the perfect holiday side dish. She is live with us this morning. We were talking about cornbread dressing.
Yes, we are. So
good.
You came to love it later in life.
A little later. I was telling Lucy, I remember being in elementary school and middle and high school, and the day they would serve Thanksgiving lunch, I'd be like, no! I just did not like it. And then one day, a few years ago, I gave it a shot, and I've thought about it ever since.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
So I told Chelsea that my mom is going to gasp. I have never liked dressing. It was kind of like my grandfather, my mom's mom, was a wonderful cook. I've done a lot lot of his recipes. And so he made dressing every year. I've never liked dressing. It's one of the, I don't like hush puppies either. I think I've told y'all that. I'm weird.
Is it cornbread?
No, I like cornbread, and I don't know, it's weird. And so it's like hush puppies and dressing. I'm like always like try it, and I never like it.
Have you tried hush puppies with cheese?
I like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so, or hush puppies with sausage.
Yeah,
That's what I had to do for dressing. So I told Chelsea, I'm like, this is silly. I've got to figure out how to like dressing. So I put sausage in it, and now I like the one that I make.
It's delicious with the sausage.
I know, it's good with sausage. I will say, this is one of the only dressings that I like, but also I do like Sheila's dressing. Sheila is our store director in Hurley, Mississippi.
Yeah.
She used to run our deli. And she is a great cook. She makes really, really good dressing. So
do I need to go to
correction.
Hurley?
Sheila has really good dressing.
Okay.
She puts chicken in hers.
Love it. My
So-
aunt does that.
Does she?
With hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, my grandfather did hard-boiled eggs. I can't remember if Sheila does eggs, but anyway, I of course came up with an easy recipe. You know, I love easy stuff. So the sausage we started with, we did. You can either use Italian sausage. I just use breakfast sausage, 1 roll of that, a little bit of celery, onion, and green bell pepper. So just cook that down. And then I just bought, we sell in our bakeries, cornbread already made.
Yeah.
And we also, in our hot bars, we have cornbread every day. So you can also go to our hot bar and get cornbread muffins to do this if you don't want to make your cornbread. Of course, a lot of people make their cornbread. Totally do that. It's about 4 cups. So I just cubed it up and toasted it. You can see it has a light toast. And then in this bowl, I have 2 eggs. So I like to do a combination of the cornbread and then the Pepperidge Farm stuffing bag.
Nice.
So I'm gonna put this in. And actually, my the bowl that I need to use for this is full of Halloween candy in the top of the cabinet. So we're gonna have, you know, a kind of a full bowl here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to kind of do it in stages so it doesn't go everywhere. But so we'll put this in, and then put our you know, of course, this mixing up at this point. So I'm going to put this in, and then I'm going to go ahead and get 4 cups of chicken broth on here and kind of let it soak in just for a second, and then we'll keep mixing everything up here shortly.
I really appreciate this. We talked before. My mom is one of those, like, make the cornbread homemade, and dressing has always been so so out of my league when in the kitchen. It's just not, and I can handle this. It literally takes her hours to make it.
And that's how my grandfather was. Of course, he made his own cornbread, and you know, not that any of the steps are hard by any means, but it's just, you know, kind of time consuming, just depending on what else you got going on.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a lot of people, of course, kind of dole out all the responsibilities, but a lot of people like to, you know, kind of do everything. So this is definitely kind of a shortcut recipe for sure. So
nice. Well, we're going to add the broth. We're running short on time, and we'll start stirring and mixing, and then we'll get to see the finished product, which is right here, and it's very delicious. So we'll have more coming up on Studio 10 after you see this.
So Lucy brought this beautiful pan display of her cornbread dressing, and then Chelsea just took, let's take a look at the overhead. Took out this corner, just right there.
Someone had to try it.
Now you can't deliver it to wherever you were going with it.
No, she asked if I was going to take it anywhere.
I
I
like
said,
to zoom in
I
on it.
would love for you to taste it.
Thank you, Lucy.
And she liked it, but she is a dressing. I told everybody I'm not really exactly a dressing person, but I do like this. Are you? I didn't ask you.
Yeah, no, I really like dressing. Cornbread dressing was not traditional where I grew up. It was usually just like breadcrumby, sausagey. It's very similar, except it's not cornbread. It's more like breadcrumbs.
I did use, so I did a combo. I did a cornbread. We toasted some cornbread. You can make your own or buy it. And then I used just 1 bag of the herb stuffing mix, the Pepperidge Farm that's, you know, out there, of course, by the breadcrumbs. There's displays of it. It's by the bread. It's everywhere this time of year. And so I used a combo of that. And then in here we cooked, like you said, the breakfast sausage, celery, onion, and green bell pepper. Cooked that down, and then I already added 4 cups of chicken broth. I just did half a cup of water, We got 2 eggs in here. And I'm just going to add a few little seasonings. I have half a teaspoon of dried thyme, quarter teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of sage. And so I just sprayed my baking dish here. And of course you can make this. This is a great item to make earlier in the week. You could go ahead and pop it in the fridge at this point, and then when you get it in your casserole dish, and then before you bake it, you could just sprinkle some water on top just to make sure, you know, it keeps its moisture.
All right, so there you see the finished product. There you see the product in the works. In the meantime, one more time, need to mention the big ad. Well, actually, real quickly, I wanted to mention these. Take a look at these.
Yeah, I was grabbing my pot holder, or I was grabbing the stuff out of the oven this morning, and I was like, oh, and of course I was trying to remember. I was like, 2021.
Those are cute.
Whose hands are those?
Yep.
No clue. Oh, there's 2 of them, so it's probably Nick and Jack.
It's the twins.
Oh,
yeah,
Nick and Jack.
It's probably the twins. All right, the Greer's ad for all your Thanksgiving needs as we lead into the holiday. Drop today. You've got plenty of time to do your shopping. So they check it out, and basically it just will list what items are going to be on sale this week for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go on our website. You get to choose your location, and you can see what's on sale for the store that you shop in. Of course, it's on social too. If you don't follow us on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest, we're there posting all the time. So yeah, like I said, our Thanksgiving ad that breaks today is going to go through Thanksgiving. So you can plan now and know that those deals are going to be the same deals as next week, all the way through Thanksgiving.
Perfect. Make a plan.
Make a
Stick
plan.
to it. Get your Thanksgiving meal in order. You can do so at Greer's. Lucy, thanks so much, and sorry about Chelsea's bad behavior. We'll be right back with more Studio 10.